Hello friends, let us continue the lesson all about a dog by A.G. Gardiner. The lesson began with the bus. It was going somewhere and it was a cold winter night. It was a terrible cold winter night, and at this cold night, two women got in the bus, but one lady who was in sealskin dress garment, she was carrying a Pekingese dog, and when the conductor saw the dog in the bus in the lap of that woman, he asked that woman either to go out of the bus or take the dog out of the bus or to go on the top, but she was not ready to go on the top. And in this way the conductor became angry and he pulled the bell of the bus stopped, and the conductor got down and stood on the pavement footpath, and he thought that he kept his rules, and as per the rules, the lady should take the dog out of the bus or she should go on the top. But there was the uproar in the bus. All the passengers were scolding on the conductor and they were saying one by one. Someone was saying shameful, someone was saying he should be, uh, he was like a German, and someone was saying call the police, and someone was saying that they should have their bus fares back. But the conductor was not ready to return the fares to the passengers, and he declared that no fares back. Now in this way, uh, there was a noise and crisis in the bus, but after some time the conductor was still standing on the footpath pavement, and he was not ready to let the bus go ahead. So after some time, some passengers waited for some time, and then now let us continue. Two or three passengers got out and disappeared into the night. Some passengers were waiting, and their destination may be near, so they got down the bus and they started going. They disappeared into the night. They started walking to go to their destinations. The conductor took another turn on the pavement. Before that, the conductor had come to the door, and after that, now he went again to the pavement. Then went and had a talk with the driver. Then he went to the driver to have the talk. He was talking with the driver. Another bus, the last on the road, sailed by, indifferent to the shouts of the passengers to stop. Now the last bus on that road was uh, going, passing through the this bus, and as the passengers saw that last bus on that road at that night, they shouted and they asked the driver to stop the bus, but the bus went away. The driver did not stop that bus. So someone in the bus, in this bus, said they stick by each other. The villains, they stick by each other means they support each other. They are the villains, conductors and drivers. Someone pulled the bell violently. Someone pulled the bell violently. Then someone became very angry and pulled the bell violently. And what happened then? That brought the driver round to the door. So, who was pulling the bell so violently? To know this, driver came to the door. Who is the conductor of this bus? Actually, the conductor was standing on the pavement, but who pulled the bell? It was the question of the driver, and paused for a reply. But none coming. No reply came to him. No one replied the driver. He returned to his seat. So the driver returned to the seat and resumed beating his arms across the chest. He put his both the hands across his chest and beating his arms. Beating his arms means he was doing nothing. There was no hope in that quarter. A policeman strolled up and looked in at the door. Then a policeman came there. What happened? A policeman strolled up and looked in. There was a policeman on the street, and he came near to the bus and looked in at the door. As the passengers in the bus saw the policeman, an avalanche of indignant protests and appeals burst on him. As they saw the policeman, all the passengers bursted on him and appealing him and protesting against the conductor, and they were complaining about the conductor. All the passengers were talking to the policeman. Well, he has got his rules, he said genially. He said cheerfully. He was the policeman. He said that he took the side of the conductor, and he said that the conductor had kept the rules. He had got his rules. So he was not on a wrong side. So the policeman took the side of the conductor. Give your name and address. That's what he has been offered, and he won't take it. Give your name and address. That's what he has been offered, and he won't take it. So he was explained. Someone explained the policeman that the lady was ready to give her name and address to the conductor, but conductor didn't listen to her. Oh, said the policeman, and he went away. So the policeman went away because he understood that the conductor was keeping his rules, and he was not wrong, but he could not do anything. So he went away and took his stand a few yards down the street, and he went away uh, from the bus, where he was joined by two more constables. Then again, two more constables came there to join that policeman. So they were three now, but no one was doing anything. And still the little dog. Okay. The policeman, when the policeman came near to the door, and the passengers appealed the policeman to do something, but the policeman was uh, unable to do anything because he knew that the conductor was right. He was keeping his rules, and he went away. Okay. And still the little dog blinked at the lights. All this was happening because of the dog. All this was happening because of the dog. So what was the dog doing? The little dog was blinking his eyes. He was looking towards the light and blinking his eyes, and the conductor walked to and fro on the pavement. Then what was the conductor doing? He was moving to and fro here and there on the pavement, like a captain on the quarter deck in the hour of the victory, uh, like the captain of the ship who won the battle. Who won the battle? द शिप, जहाज. एखाद्या जहाजावरचा एखादा कॅप्टन हू वन द बॅटल, एखादी बॅटल जिंकून आलेला आहे, तसा आविर्भावामध्ये ही वॉज मूव्हिंग ऑन द फुटपाथ, पेवमेंट. A young woman whose voice had risen high above the gale inside descended on him with an air of threatening and slaughter. Then the young woman, that lady with the dog, she increased her voice. She was talking loudly to the with the conductor. He she descended on him with an air of threatening and slaughter. She was talking. She increased her voice and she was talking with him like threatening him, but he was immovable. He was immovable means he did not listen anything, as cold as the night. So there was no effect on him. He was cold like the night, cold night, and as hard as the pavement. And he was very hard like the pavement, like the footpath. So no, her words did not reach to his ears. She passed on in a fury of importance to the three policemen. She passed on in a fury of importance to the policemen, three policemen who stood like a group of statuary up. Statuary, statues collectively. They were the three policemen were watching this drama and they were doing nothing. They were like statues and they were watching this drama. Then she came back. She actually went to the policeman, but policemen were doing nothing and they were watching the drama. So she came back from them. त्यांच्याकडून ती परत आली. She came back imperiously, angrily, beckoned to her young man who had sat a silent witness of her rage and vanished. The young man in the bus who had asked the conductor, what is your number, tell me, I will go to the police and complain you. So that dashing young man who had sat a silent witness of her rage, how she was angry with the conductor and how she was angry with the policeman. So that young man was the witness of all these things, but after a while he also vanished. He also went away. He got down and went away from the bus. He also went away. Young fellow, sorry, others followed. Some other passengers also followed him. They also went away from the bus. They got down from the bus and went away. The bus was emptying. In this way, one by one was going, and in this way the bus was emptying. रिकामी होत चालली होती. Even the dashing young fellow, he had demanded the number. Okay, this is the dashing fellow who had demanded the number and who had declared he would see this thing through if he sat there all night, had taken an opportunity to sleep away. He also got down and sleep away means he went away. He also went away. So there was no one to support that lady. Meanwhile, the Pekingese party means the woman, both the women, Pekingese party were passing through every stage of resistance to abject surrender. So they were passing through every stage of resistance to abject surrender. They were not ready to surrender to the conductor. This Pekingese party, these women were not ready to surrender to the conductor. I will go on the top, said the silkskin lady at last. And after some time, at last, that lady said she would go on the top. She was ready to go on the top. You must not. I will. You will have pneumonia. The companion of her companion, her friend, other lady said that you must not go on the top. You have already cup and you will get pneumonia. So I will go on the top. Let me take it. This from the man. Certainly not. She would die with her dog. Certainly not. She would die with her dog. When she had disappeared up the stairs, and at last she went on the top of the bus with that little dog. The conductor came back when she went on the top of the bus in that cold night, then the conductor came back and he pulled the bell and the bus started. Bus went on. He stood sorely triumphant while his conduct was savagely discussed in his face by the remnant of the party. Now he stood sorely triumphant. He thought that he was uh, triumphant. He was triumphant means he won. He won the battle. So he stood like this feeling while his conduct was savagely discussed. But the passengers in the bus were discussing about his bad conduct in his face by the remnant of the party. Whatever the passengers left in the bus, they were discussing about his bad conduct, how he was bad, and how they have not seen the person, the conductor like this. So these we are about talking in the bus. Now again what happened? Now again something happened, and what is the end of the lesson we will see in the next video.